So the concept here, everybody, is this notion of sort of the overarching philosophy is that there's a way for us to do something that grows your business and your agent's business that also provides value and also sort of does good in the world. And so that fundamentally what we're going to do is we're going to partner with a community organization to host and promote a workshop, and we're going to do that as a fundraiser for the organization. So the question is, how do you fit in to support your agent, to meet prospective clients, to do some things that actually help you connect with your current client list, and, excuse me, to potentially attract media attention and exposure, which really is just free advertising, right? Free exposure. So some of the questions that I'm anticipating and that have come from my conversations with people like Jim and Lori are, how will this work? What are the costs involved? How are we going to market it? You know, how are we going to fill the room? What agents are participating? Will I get a chance to speak? Or really that's sort of what exposure am I going to get? And then who else is going to be sponsoring or participating? So as you're listening to this, if other questions come up, guess what? Those are frequently asked questions. Feel free to share those with me. So generally, this is a team effort. My goal my job as the person who's coordinating it is to make it easy for everybody else to get the benefit. But the concept is we have an agent who wants to get in front of buyers. We have lots of other people who participate in that transaction who either just want to support the agent, you know, just to be frank, maybe you're just looking to support your agent, or you think, well, this would be nice to get in front of a couple of, 5 to 10 to 20 buyers or sellers and maybe drum up some business for yourself, or maybe just get ahead of the transaction a little bit. So these are the who, the what, and you'll see that it really depends on the workshop as to who's going to be involved. We have straight home buyer workshops, or we have landlording workshops, or how to sell the house of your aging parents workshops. Some of you may want to be involved with some, but not others. So why are we doing it as a fundraiser? Primarily, this is a hypothesis that says we have organizations out there that have access to the people that we want, the buyers and sellers that we want, and they could, with the click of a button, with a post on Facebook, with an email, they could put our message in front of those buyers and sellers. So then the question is, why would they do that? And we know everybody's tuned into that radio station, What's in It for Me? So what we're saying is we'll put together a fundraiser which they'll promote, and at the end of that fundraiser, they'll be able to get you guys to stroke them a nice big check that everybody's happy with. So we're outsourcing our marketing to the partner organization so that they can connect their members with us. We want to attract buyers and sellers. And then truthfully, this is a little bit of a bonus, is that because it's a fundraiser, there are opportunities for sort of positive media, positive press, and we'll talk about how we get that. So how it works is that the agent decides who they're trying to connect with and what partner organization could get them in front of that person. Then the sponsors and the speakers provide, as their sponsors, they provide funds that help manage the event, and then they provide that kind of carrot or that prize where the organization is encouraged to promote. Then the partner organization actually does that, right? They go out there and they share the event with their people, and then I manage the event logistics. You'll see we'll set up the event registration page. We'll give our sponsors and speakers opportunity to share their information. When people register, we now have access to that information. And then on the day of the event, we're able to manage it similar to this, frankly. It's going to be a Zoom or webinar call where we have our different participants. So the key elements are these. I won't go over them, but one of the, these are the things that will make an event work versus make an event not work. And a lot of that, frankly, is the organization. Are we choosing to partner with the right organization? Are we partnering? And I'll talk about what organizations people are partnering with here in a sec. So as a case study, I'll just go through this really quickly. Janet is an agent. She wants to connect with homeowners in the 2238 zip code. Janet decides to hold a workshop talking about the double transaction, buying and selling at the same time. So she's focusing on homeowners, but she also wants buyers. She identifies, she reaches out to her title company, she reaches out to her insurance agent, she reaches out to her home inspector, her lender, and says, you know, do you guys want to do this? She invites them to participate. And then she decides that the best partner to connect with her target market is the local PTA. They've got 1,800 families. They can put a message in front of them with an email. She likes that, so she decides on that as her partner. We decide based on the type of workshop who should be involved. And then the sponsors, you guys, are invited to participate so that we can put an incentive in front of the organization. And we do this, hopefully, guys, in a smart way. You know, we all know that if we stroke a check to that organization, they will or will not promote it, and they have already gotten their money. Well, we don't want that to happen. We want to say, we want them to have skin in the game and to say that they're motivated to get a big check so that they can have 20 people at our workshop. So that also limits, in addition to giving them an incentive, it limits y'all's exposure. If we are dealing with an organization that is not, you know, really delivering, then we can always just say we're going to move on to another organization and we want to partner with somebody else. So in terms of what the sponsors do, basically what we're looking for from our sponsors, for the people who are on this call, like title, home inspection, insurance, we're looking for them to commit to $100 to support the workshop, with the kind of added thing that says if we get 20 people, we want them to up their investment to $150. So this is basically where the funds for the organization come from, are these partners. Now, we're also asking the agent to make a donation to the organization, and then fundamentally the lender's fee goes to pay for the management of the event. And for the most part, for you guys, all of these are pledges. Any contribution comes at the end of the event, because that's when we'll know how many people we have. And so we get to deliver a big check like this to the organization with all of you guys involved. So let's just play this out a little bit more. Here's how it works. So we would partner with the PTA. They're excited. We give them a customized link. And we also give you guys a customized link, because the concept, as I'll show here in a second, is there's benefits to you to promoting as well. So here's you guys may have already seen this, but this is kind of what the page looks like. There's an opportunity for people to register. Here's where we showcase the team members, and you'll see in a second, I'll ask you what you would want, but I'm envisioning you want to have information about your business, maybe have a video introduction. It could just be a link to your webpage. You'll have to decide what would be most compelling to you, but truthfully, this is our place where we want to introduce you to the people who are attending. And then this is another idea that we have here about a gift bag contributor. We'll talk about that later. So this is that later. I'm going to list some ways that we envision, based on my conversations with some people in the room, what we think you would want. But this is where I would want you to tell me, or at the end, you can say, hey, you know, what we'd really like is this and this and this. One is included in all of our marketing outreach to the organizations. Then there's a business profile on the event page, which I just showed you. You could contribute a video or a resource to the event page. There's going to be an opportunity for people to request more information, where you could then get their actual contact information, which might be helpful. At the event, you could be introduced as a team member. You could either speak at the event, or you could answer questions and host a breakout. I'm really going to rely on the agent to decide what he or she wants to do there. And then we can include you in the press release and follow up with the organization and attendees. So really the question becomes, what else would you like? And in the interest of just finishing, we'll address that here at the end. So again, the case study, Waynewood PTA, they want maximum attendance, so they do some things. here's what happens. They post their Facebook, we get 4 people. They email to their list, we get 4 people. They do a press release, we get 4 people. They share to social media, etc. So our attendance goes up, obviously, presumably, the more they share it. Now, the good news is that you also have something cool to share, because now you are participating in this fundraiser for either the PTA or for the breast cancer walk or for the animal rescue or whatever organization we're partnering with. So there are things that you can do as well to maximize your benefit and to connect with your list, and all materials and content will be provided to you so that you don't have to make stuff up. You can just sort of point and click. So then let's just say things work. At the event, we have 3 speakers, we have 6 sponsors, we have 25 registrations, 18 attendees. Based on our attendee amount, we would deliver a $1,000 check, and then we would send out a press release announcing the gift. So that's basically how it would work. There's a little bit more here that I could talk about, basically in terms of like what the workshop could look like and what topics there are, but I'm going to just stop talking and take some questions.